I'm back at it with these journals on the Moorish Paradigm. This is book 6. So, I just want to share a couple things with this one thing. And just gotta read it. I don't feel like sitting all this up and getting all this shit. Y'all just gonna have to get it how you get it. It is what it is. You don't like it, go get the book for your goddamn self. Europeans descend from only a handful of Africans. Uh-oh. Study research. This is Friday, April 420. Hot damn. Smoke some. Study researchers, Europe's founders. In Edinburgh, Scotland. Damn, that's crazy because I just tweeted something about Scotland. Watch what dude calls Scotland. Watch.
He's gone to Scotland.
Scotland? You mean Muir Island?
Did you hear that? Scotland.
All right.
You mean Muir Island.
Where's Adler?
He's gone to Scotland.
Scotland?
See that? Muir Island. Modern Europeans and maybe populations in other parts of the world are descended from no more than a few hundred Africans who left their homeland as recently as 25,000 years ago, new research suggests. The findings reported at the start of the conference of the Human Genome Organization, the international collaboration researching the genetic makeup of the human race, provide the first estimate of how many people founded Europe. They are also a blow to the theory that modern humans evolved simultaneously in Africa, Europe, and Asia from multiple early humans. A blow to that bullshit ass theory. In the article above, it states that the Europeans may have descended from as little as a few hundred Africans. The study was carried out by Eric Lander. He compared 300 chromosomes from people of Sweden, Central Europe, and Nigeria. The differences in the genetic pattern revealed that Europeans were descended from few ancestors than the African. In other words, they descend through an evolutionary bottleneck. The Nigerians' chromosomes were well shuffled, indicating a wide gene pool, whereas the Europeans' chromosomes had long stretches of unshuffled genetic material, which indicates that a much smaller number of chromosome types entered the mix. It also means that they were restricted to a small area for a long time without mixing with others. That would be the Caucasus Mountains. And that would be my son in the background because he know I'm doing a video, so he want to hear himself. So anyway, while in college, I took a class on genetics and human variations in order to look into what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught regarding the origins of the so-called Caucasian people, connected with the story of Yaqub. Yaqub was said to have been an ancient Moorish scientist who headed a team of scientists whose goal was to produce a race of people unlike our people. He was said to have done this using a few thousand of our people. In studying genetics, I found out that light skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, and other traits of what was termed as pure whites by Hitler were recessive traits, whereas dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes were dominant traits. Therefore, given random population mixing, how could you end up with a population with recessive traits? Think about it. I learned that in order to get a population of people with the aforementioned recessive traits, you would have to have genetic isolation in order to limit the gene pool and not allow outside genes in. According to Elijah Muhammad, Yaqub carried out his experiment on the island of Patmos, the island of Dr. Monroe. Go watch that movie. They're telling you this. You would also have to have selective breeding, or in other words, you must only allow those with certain desired traits to reproduce, and you must not allow those with unwanted traits, dark skin, dark eyes, dark hair, to reproduce. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught that Yaqub and scientists killed those with dark skin, dark hair, dark eyes at birth, thereby allowing those with light skin, light hair, and light eyes to reproduce. We're still in the early days for this, but it is remarkable how much of the human chromosome can be read as a history book We're going to be able to say how human populations are related to each other when people arrive there and how many people likely arrived in different places. The findings of the article seem to support theoretically what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said regarding Yaqub, yet it is said that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad only had a third grade level education. How did he concoct a story that was sound according to science, genetics, and the recent findings in the Human Genome Project? People on an island can suffer from genetic drift because of the limited amount of genes in the gene pool of the original settlers on the island. Their traits will drift in a certain direction if there is no outside intermixture. For instance, on the Solomon Islands in the Pacific Ocean, all of our people there have orange afros. This is because original settlers had a preponderance of the gene for orange afros, and because they did not mix outside the island, they underwent genetic drift towards orange afros. The fact that the article said that Europeans came from no more than a few hundred Africans and that their chromosomes had long stretches of unshuffled genetic material indicating a much smaller number of chromosome types entering the mix suggests that there may be some truth, at least theoretically, in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's story of Yaqub. I say this not to be racist, but in order that we may study and arrive to the truth at the history of the human family and the planet Earth. It looks like the book of life has been opened and the truth will soon be revealed. I can't wait. Perhaps finally the stone of the builders rejected may one day become the head of the cornerstone. Quantum physics proves that we can change the world by changing our paradigm. Hence the Moorish paradigm.